the base of the chair.
0 points.
Mooster sliding to his left. Lunging for that one. Unable to find any angle. Still is serving for the set, but down love 15.
Almost knocked chair umpire Wayne McEwen right out of his seat.
Just in. And then down the line to finish it out. A rocket on the backhand side from Gustavo Kuerten. Beautifully done. Love 30.
0 points.
Kuerten's had a lot of experience on clay, playing for Brazil in the Davis Cup.
That is just in on the line. This time backhand cross-court winner for Gustavo Kuerten. And he sets himself up with 3 break points. It's love 40. This with Mooster serving for the first set. Gustavo Kuerten, the youngster from Brazil, turns away Thomas Mooster in his attempt to serve out for the first set. It's 4-5 in the first. Paris, France at the end of May. Great for a lot more things than just fantastic tennis action. What a beautiful city. Full of rich history, just like that. Notre Dame. So many beautiful sights. And back to tennis in this third round men's singles match. Love 15 double fault from Gustavo Kuerten. He has broken serve against Mooster, the number 5 seed. Still down 4-5 first set.
Dave, we were mentioning Thomas Mooster's travails against Jeff Tarango. Well, Mooster's most infamous moment was against this young man just last year.
Pinpoint accuracy on the ground strokes really helping Kuerten's cause here.
These two were playing a Davis Cup doubles match down in Brazil. It was the World Group qualifying round. Brazil against Austria.
40-15, strong serve, looking for 5-all.
In that Davis Cup tie, Kuerten had beaten Marcus Hipfel in 5 sets. And then for the doubles point, Kuerten and Jaime on scenes against Mooster and Udo Plomberger. Tell you what happened. In the middle of that doubles match, Mooster looked up and walked off the court, claiming that the Brazilians were taunting him, shining mirrors in his faces. He said he'd received death threats.
Gustavo Kuerten, powerful game with the ground strokes. Able to take advantage of the short service return, a hold of serve for 5-all first set.
There's no way you can tell me that Mooster isn't thinking just a little bit about some revenge against the Brazilians, because after he walked off the court in that match, he was subsequently defaulted. The Austrians defaulted the tie and were knocked out of World Group. Very embarrassing moment. They applied to the ITF. Were denied.
Shot, beautifully done. Great execution by Gustavo Kuerten. No chance for Mooster on that.
0 points.
Well, Kuerten knows how to play. I mean, he played 2 very difficult Davis Cup matches against the United States this year, lost.
Drop shot. What a touch. This time from deep.
And you can just see that he is hyped up. The crowd's behind him.
0 points.
He knows how to play to the crowd. Back home in Brazil, he played Davis Cup against the United States, lost to Jim Kerr and Malavia Washington, both in 4 sets, but he started getting jazzed in the middle of those matches, just as he is here.
Mooster an answer. Goes the other way on Querton. 15-30 though.
See, Mooster tries hard to block out the crowd. Querton, on the other hand, wants to play with it, and they'll appreciate that.
Right down the line. Blistering forehand. Tomas Mooster. Fighting off a chance for Querton to have a couple of break points.
Well, that's the flaw of giving an angle away like that to Tomas Mooster.
30-all. 5-all first set. Rosé in that third set, starting to play a bit better, had a big lead in the second and blew it. Medvedev a lead in his third round singles match, first set as well.
Medvedev playing some of the best tennis he has in a very long time. Querton has a title here, French Open Junior Doubles in 1994 with Nicolas Lepenti.
Break point for 6-5. Mooster will have none of that. With a very strong first serve right up the middle. Brings us to deuce. Misses the overhead. Maybe the sunlight bothering him.
Well, it was partially the sun, and it was partially somebody yelling out from the crowd. I thought I heard somebody say, back, 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 back.
Break point. Gustavo Querton for 6-5. Tomas Mooster twice able to fight off the breakers from Querton and brings us back to deuce.
You can tell that Querton really enjoys being out here.
Deep forehand ground strokes again. So Mooster fighting off a couple of breakpoint chances for Querton. Now the advantage, looking for 6-5. Try to go at the middle again. That was effective a few moments ago. Just wide. Cross court. Shot again from Querton. Effective. Getting right on the tape with that one. Great angle.
Well, you can tell he's studying the court and seeing what Mooster's doing. Set that up with that whipping cross-court backhand. And Mooster off the court, instead of hanging back and trying to rally it in the winner.
Drop shot again. From the baseline, he's fearless. And 3 times, great execution on that drop shot from Querton.
Well, I love that shot because it's incredibly well disguised. He looks like he's pulling it back to go for the ground stroke, suddenly cuts it underneath, and he does it so fine that even Tomas Mooster, as fast as he is, can't get near it.
Another break chance. Third of the game. And for the third time. Mooster able to fight it off. We're back at deuce. Still 5-all in the first set. Just absolutely blasted. Forehand side from Querten. So deep, too.
Yeah, you have to hit really well to get Tomas Muster caught flat foot, and that's exactly what happened there.
Will this be the break point he so desperately wants? Again, right up the middle. And this long game stretching out even more. Big first serve for Muster when he needs it most. Fifth deuce already. Confirmation of that first ball long.
Wayne McEwen out of his chair. He may get a workout today.
Big return of serve, gets that all set up, and the easy overhead smash creates another break chance.
Well, he's really forcing Muster to give him these opportunities.
This time, Muster makes no mistake. Pounds that ball into the court.
Well, and actually had to move forward to it at the last second because the ball was dropping low.
Stretched out now to a 6 deuce. Still first set 5-0. So a little bit of a bad hop. Just as Querten was ready to go on that backhand stroke. Now finally, it's Muster with a chance to close it out. At least this game for 6-5 lead first set. Can you believe it?
He has not missed one of those.
The drop shot again, and one more time on the backhand side. So effective.
Well, again, he looks like he's going to just hit a slice backhand. Pulls the racket back up behind his ear and cuts it underneath. Got it.
Down the line. It's close. Muster's going to have a second look. Five chances to break serve. Already down, now up to 6. Question is, can, as we reach the half-dozen mark, this be the lucky one? The answer is yes on a double false. Of all things by Tomas Muster. Querten guts out a long game. We come back, he'll serve for the first set.
Welcome back, everybody, to magnificent Paris, France, the site of the 1997 French Open. Gustavo Querten was down 5-2 to Tomas Muster. He has now come back, has just broken serve on a double fault by Muster, a net court double fault. He is serving for the first set. Tomas Muster trying a little of what Querten was so successful with in that last game. 6 deuce points. Muster not nearly as effective. Querten so solid off those drop shots. 15 love.
Counsel.
15 all. Double fault for 15-30.
First signs of Querton starting to crack. That miss hit off of the last shot, and now the double fault.
Much as Mooster had his double fault at the end of that 11th game first set. And now the serve getting a little wild for Gustavo Querton. He's got it. Mooster can't track that one down. Cindy mentioned with great speed and intensity Mooster has him going after balls short into the court there. But the touch of Querton has been remarkable to watch.
Well, particularly on that backhand side.
Time and time again, able to keep Mooster off balance. That's not easy. Positioning is one part of Mooster's game he's been very proud of over the years. Right spot at the right time. 30 all. Sprays it long. Tries a serve and volley technique, and a chance for Mooster to get right back in this.
I thought you were going to say conditioning as opposed to positioning.
Both.
Well, in the locker room, the talk right now is that his conditioning may not be quite as it's always been, and he is so reliant on that.
Really? That's, yeah, Ben has shrunk in all those years. Blasted up the line. And Tomas Mooster returns the favor. That brings us to 6 all. And a tiebreak in this first set. Ripped right at the line by Mooster. Great form on the backhand side.
And they don't call him the animal for nothing. You saw that growl of his at the end.
He'll serve the first point. Querton has an answer on the backhand side as well. Angle and depth for a 1-0 lead. One zero. Running around that backhand and then the blast.
And this is what champions do, that when the going gets tight, they jump up and lift up their level, and that's what Mooster's doing. His whole intensity has picked up.
1-1, first set tiebreak. Querton way behind in this first set, rallied, then Mooster a break of his own. For 6-6. Tomas Mooster has won 71 career Grand Slam matches. It's that kind of experience he can tap into when the going gets rough. Now a 2-1 lead and 2 serves on his rack. Missed it.
That's a big miss for Tomas Mooster because he doesn't normally, he's pretty reliable on shots like that, particularly in a tiebreak. That's what I mean, that the fact that he's lost all these clay court matches, it's played with his head a little bit. And on a shot like that, he never believed he'd miss something like that.
Try to go cross court.
And he ran into the sideline. The metal barrier there.
Here's a look.
Well, he kind of smacked his racket into it, and that's why he looked up at Wayne McEwen and said, sorry, sorry, sorry.
No time to get any kind of penalty there. A warning, 3-2. Missed that big overhead and then well off the mark on the backhand. They'll take a look at that serve.
And McEwen will definitely get a workout today against Tarango. Chair umpire was down at least 15 times over questioned calls.
Mike Morrissey was in the chair for that match. That must have been very interesting with the way things were going. Spray that wide. Backhand has been so reliable for Querten in this set. Two players now will change with a total of 6 points. 3-3, first set tiebreak.
Well, Mooster, I hate to say down to a number 5 ATP Tour ranking. Remember, he reached number 1 in the world for a very brief spell, was wildly criticized by Andre Agassi, even the gentleman Pete Sampras, who felt that he had received that ranking due to just playing on clay. It was an artificial ranking. He lost it very quickly, gained it back for a brief spell, and really this year has sacrificed his clay court game in lieu of winning those 2 hard court titles in Dubai and Lipton.
Attacking style pays off. Big dividends for Tomas Muster. As he blasts that forehand, Querten pinned to the baseline, no chance for an effective return. Fourth degree Muster. Serve and volley. Really intense grunting as he comes in behind that serve, something Tarango was mimicking the other day in the second round, to the point of really throwing Muster off his game. Here now he's closing in.
I think you'd be hard-pressed to find anybody who wouldn't want to belt Jeff Tarango if you looked across the net and saw somebody mimicking you. Here comes Wayne McEwen.
Several calls looked at already in this first set.
And that was an overrule.
Sure was for 6-3, and now some set points. There it is, just like that. An overrule and a sprayed forehand, and Muster wins the first set tiebreak. Leads at 1-love. More coming up.